keep that in mind. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for now. Don't forget, like, subscribe, register, blah, blah, blah. TobyToby.com/donate. Let's get into a live solve here of one of these models. So the model we're going to do now is going to be this one here, this 323 grams sheet metal part. And we're going to model this up in SolidWorks. So to be a part of this tournament, you're going to go to TooTallToby.com. You're going to make sure that you have a user account. You're going to go into your profile and make sure that your profile is using the correct CAD system. So I am using SolidWorks for this run. That is correct. And then you're going to go to tournaments, tournament page, register here. And then down here at the above the leaderboard, it says, click here for the 2024 World Championship drawings. So here's the 1, 2, 3 drawings. A lot of times what I do is I click on it and then I kind of move this over to a different tab of the browser. So I've got now the drawing 1, drawing 2, drawing 3, Q1, Q2. Whoops, you guys can't see that. Here it is. Q1, Q2, Q3. So I got all these drawings here, and then I move that over to my second screen. And then once I move that over to my second screen, now I'm ready to start competing. So you click this button here that says compete, and you got to make sure that the clock is visible while you're making your run. So I know that takes away a little bit from your screen, but it's how we make sure that everybody's on the same page while they're making their run. So you set up your screen to look something like this. You got your CAD system on one side, you got your clock on one side, and you're just about ready to begin. The reason I say just about ready to begin is because now you get to go through and you get to look at the models and you get to come up with a strategy for each of these models. So last week I showed how to model up this part, and then I made a standalone video of it. I've also got a standalone video of this part that I'm just about to release. So I showed how to model up that one in SolidWorks. So now we can focus on this model here, the sheet metal bracket. Now, it says default wall thickness 3 millimeters, default bend radius 5 millimeters. Note, can be modeled using SolidWorks sheet metal features and or can be modeled using standard features. So you can model this thing either way. If you're not really comfortable with sheet metal, you can certainly model it with thin features. But there are going to be sheet metal challenges in the tournament, and they're going to have, you know, this only has a bend in one direction, essentially. That's why you could really easily do this as a thin feature. But if there was another flange here, you know, it's gonna start to get a little bit more difficult to get away with just doing this as thin feature. If there was another little flange sticking out here, it's gonna get a little bit more difficult to do this using just sheet metal, or just thin feature, excuse me. But for this model here, I would look at this model and I would then begin deciding, as always, I would always follow my same game plan. So, you have a model like this, you're going to try to model it up and try to do it as efficiently as possible. Well, just take a minute and look at the model and kind of come up with a game plan. So the first thing I would do is I would ask myself, does the model have symmetry? No, this model does not have symmetry. All right, so there's not really going to be like a very clear location of the origin based on symmetry. So when a model doesn't have symmetry, usually I'll just put the origin in the corner somewhere. Like I'll just put the origin right here. Does it really matter if it's here or if it's here? It doesn't really matter other than make a decision so you can move on with the design. Very important, especially when you're in the tournament. So I'll just put the origin down here in this corner. And then my first sketch will probably be this 60, this 120, this 60, and then this 30 plus 10, so 40 in that other direction. So that's going to give me like the basics of what the sheet metal part is going to look like, the overall of what the sheet metal part's going to look like. Then I'll take that shape, so it'll come down, over, up, over. I'll take that shape and I'll sheet metal base flange tab it out to 80 millimeters. Here's the 80 millimeters here. Then, once I've got that shape in place, I can start working through the part. And what I like to do with a part like this is I just kind of start at one end and work my way through. So I'll start over here at this end and kind of work my way through. So the first thing I'll do is I'll add in these chamfers here. I could probably just do that with a chamfer feature or a sheet metal break corner. And then I'll add this hole here. Usually in SolidWorks, we save our holes till the end of the model, but sometimes you come across a model like this that can be solved very linearly. And so for a model like this, I'll probably just kind of, like I said, I'll start at one end and I'll work my way across. So then the next feature I'll create will be maybe this slot hole here. Again, usually we save our cuts to the end, but I think in this model, it'll just like kind of give me some peace of mind to know that this feature is taken care of. Now this whole end of the model is taken care of. And now I can really focus on this end. So from the top view looking down, then I probably would create this kind of angled cut here. And then I would finish up by adding in these radii here, maybe using a full round radius, adding in this cut here. Probably could do that using a rectangular cut, and then adding in these holes that punch through the model. So that's kind of my game plan for how I'm going to model this thing up. Once you have the game plan, you can practice it a few times, really get your speed running time down, and then you are ready to go. And you do that with the first one, you do it with the second one, you do it with the third one. So here we go. We finished the first model. Great job. Great job, everybody. We did it. We finished the first model. Let's start the second model. So click here when finished model 1. Boom. All right, now we're in. Let's make sure that the clock is visible. Very important that we can all see the clock. And new, this is going to be a part in plain carbon steel using MMGS. We're going to go front plane, begin a sketch, orient our view. We're going to create that geometry that comes down 60, comes across 120. So we're using auto dimensions here to save time. Comes up 60, comes across 30 plus 10. So 20 plus 10, so 20 plus 10. Let SolidWorks do the math for you. Drop this corner right here on the origin, and we are ready to turn that into a sheet metal base flange tab. You can see I've got my sheet metal base flange tab right here on my S key menu. If you're doing a lot of sheet metal, or if you're competing in a tournament that has sheet metal, that's going to be helpful. Make sure you reverse direction so the material is going the correct direction. We can put in our value of the wall thickness here, 3. Use the tab key to advance here. Make that inside bend radius 5. And finally, we can input our depth of 80. And we're done with that first feature. Now we are ready to move on to the next feature here. The next feature is going to be on this end of the model. We're going to just do a chamfer. So S key, chamfer. Remember, we could also do this with sheet metal break corners. Sometimes that's a little bit easier. So if you do corner, break corner, you can just pick this face and then it picks up the chamfers. And these are going to be 20 millimeters. So that maybe makes that a little bit simpler. Then we're going to go to this face here. We're going to begin a sketch of a circle. This is going to be 36. And we're going to define the location of that circle. Remember, one thing we can do when we're defining locations is we can just draw 2 center lines. So this is going to come up to a height of 33. It's going to go over to a distance of 40. And that way we've got our 2 dimensions. Sometimes it's a little bit faster than dropping in those 2 dimensions. This is going to be linked to thickness. Now we're going to begin a sketch here on the top of this model. Maybe we'll create a line here that comes over to 20. We'll create another, actually we'll jump into a slot command here. So we'll do this as a straight slot. And I still don't have my slots set up correctly. A little embarrassing, I know. Guys, don't make fun of me too much. But when I do my slots, it doesn't auto add the dimensions right now. So we'll make this 40. We'll make this one, what is this, 16? I mean, it's already the correct values. Change this to construction. And then we can just add one final dimension here to locate that slot from the end. And that dimension is 30. Extrude cut. This is going to be linked to thickness again. And now we are ready to create our sketch here for that kind of angled shape. So you can either do this as a closed contour or you could do it as an open contour. They both work. We've learned in the past the tricks to doing the open or the closed contour. Don't forget, guys, if anybody has to leave, we're 5 minutes to the hour. We're probably going to go about 5 minutes overtime here. So if anybody has to leave, just make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, tell your coworkers about the channel, and visit us at tootalltoby.com/donate, and talk to your supervisors about taking some training with Toby. Another great way to support the channel. So now we've got that shape in place. We can do an extrude here. This is going to rip through all. That gives us that kind of angled shape there. Now we could create our next cut extrude. Whoops, I described these in a slightly different order, right? Because the this is 20 also, right? 20, 20, 20. Yeah, this is 20. So it's 60, 20, 20, 20. And then that's just whatever that length is. I described these in a slightly different order because I said we were going to do the fillets first, but we need this cut before we can do the fillets. This one is not going to be linked to thickness, so I can use the tab key to get down there and then shift tab to get back. I use tab and shift tab a lot. I once worked at a company that did not have mouses hooked to the keyboards, and it was a lot of data entry, so we really learned a lot about using the tab key to navigate. For this fillet here, we could do it as a full round, but you're going to be able to get all 4 edges in one selection if you just do it with a regular fillet. So that probably would be a little bit faster than trying to accomplish that with a full round. And now we can just wake up this center point here. We could say that that's going to be 10. Wake up the center point. You know, in a real model, we would probably say that we want those to be equal, but in this model, we're going to just type in the dimension, and then that's going to go through all. And final spin. I think that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at our sensor here. 323 is the correct answer. So let's stop that clock. And oh yeah, 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Not bad, not bad. Anytime it's 420 something, I'm a happy 3D CAD modeler. So that is the run of that model, the sheet metal model. I hope that you guys liked that one. Very, very fun model, very cool sheet metal model.